Hi, my name's Arely Corro Sanchez. Today I am here with Thomas for our multimedia capstone class doing interviews on housing and homelessness here in Portland, Oregon. Can I ask, do you feel like there even is a housing crisis here?
Oh, definitely. Housing crisis. I like that you iterated it that way. A housing crisis, because that's exactly what it is. Many times we think about like a drug crisis, but it's primarily a housing crisis.
Yeah, and it's getting bigger each year. Portland hasn't still solved it. They tried to solve it by building little houses. I think in Salem, but it hasn't helped much.
Well, I'd say like ongoing is like maybe like even like a minimalization of it.
Yes.
What do you think is the extent of it?
Extent like why?
Extent as in why or why how it's gotten so far.
I think it's gone worse because of the drug problem and the system we live under in a way. I think that we make a good amount of money where we can profit it into or invest in homeless housing neighborhoods.
It's not as big as it may be portrayed on the news, where it seems like we are the capital of the housing crisis, but it's definitely visible.
I think homelessness is going to slowly get worse over time despite the support. But I think there is a chance that with that support, something still can be done. Like it can keep us where we are, albeit a bit bad. But just the goal is just at this point not to get worse, which is bad to say.
It's just getting worse every year.
Okay. Are you aware of any of the resources and programs available to help those individuals that are in need of housing?
I did some researches for an assignment about homelessness in Portland, but I forgot them. It was 2 years ago.
Not off the top of my head. I know there's shelters and stuff like that, but I'm sure it's pretty simple to search. Just Google, probably input the city, the type of help you need, and things will appear. But off the top of my head, I can't really think too much.
And the only one I know of are resources available here at PSU. But to that extent, I actually don't even know what that resource is, but I do know it exists. So that sort of is telling in and of itself. But I do know there is homelessness help here, and there's also like food pantries here.
Some, but not really. But I did learn about some places.
Okay. So, I know you currently live with family, but have you ever tried searching for affordable housing yourself?
Yes, and it's very expensive out here.
I've definitely looked into it, and there's no feasible way for me to get housing just with finding a job that will accommodate a school schedule of a student, finding a job that will pay enough, finding a spot that has an open room that like can accommodate however I need to live.
From what I've seen, if I wanted to live closer to both school and work, it'd be $500 more at least than my current apartment.
Okay.
Like
Do you mind me asking how much you're currently paying?
I think it's $1,200 for a studio. That's including like electricity and everything like that.
Oh, yes. So this relates to it, but in my senior year in high school, I was part of a dual enrollment program connected to here, which was senior inquiry. And a big project we had to do was look at aspects of our grown life. And one huge aspect about that they really pressed us on was financial stuff, especially housing, because the reason we were doing that is so that we can navigate our life in college. And that part of the project was so eye-opening because not only did I have an inkling that like the financial situation here would be pretty bad, I didn't realize to the extent, especially for someone who was just stepping into the world on their own. Like apartments, they're even with like the split of rent between any potential roommates you could have, it's still really bad.
Realistically, to comfortably live in South or North Portland, you have to make over $1,500 a month. So, like, if you make $4,000 a month, you will live comfortably, since you could pay everything out and then still get groceries and have food for your kids.
How expensive do you think a one-bedroom apartment here in Portland is?
I never looked into a one-bedroom. Actually, yeah, no. That's a lie. I did look for a studio, and it was priced 1,500 a month. That's expensive.
That definitely depends on how much money you have, your income. Because if you have money, then it makes things a lot easier. Your options are way more widely available. But for somebody who does not go to school here, what else? What did you say? Doesn't go to school? Doesn't
And is not living with family.
is not living? Oh, it's difficult. You need a good a salary to keep yourself off off the streets. Not only off the streets, but live comfortably. It's definitely difficult, especially in the city.